Crows surging forward again. Jacobs shows off his ability, and here's Fogarty.
He's a thumping kick, Darcy Fogarty. Thought he was nearly the best kick in Australia last year as a junior. Had a disappointing year by his own standards.
Competitive young man, and Mark Rashudo, I know I keep throwing you off. Is it Fogarty or Fogarty? I'm being serious, because being an Irish background, I know people who are steadfast on calling it Fogarty.
Pretty sure it's Fogarty, Derm, and he gets another chance today with Walker out of the side. Not sure if he'll be playing round one, but who knows what he does today might give him a chance.
Yeah, he could press for round one selection, no doubt. Today's a litmus test. Look at that for a kick from Darcy Fogarty. Adelaide's top pick in last year's draft. Many thought he might go pick one about 6 months before that. He wound up going at pick number 12, and that was a bargain for the Crows.
He's a thumping kick, a beautiful decision maker, and technically does a lot of things really well. And as I mentioned, he had a poor under-18 year, but was so highly regarded that even though his season wasn't great, he still was a first-round draft pick. And I see him playing a big role for the Crows this year. Where he fits in, midfield, half forward, even out of the goal square, Derm, he's got all these attributes and skills that should be able to find him a place in the best 22.
And he's got a famous number, of course, Mark Rashudo.
And yeah, he should be set for a big year, whether it's up forward, and he can play down back, boys. 6'4" and 95 kilos.
He's a big lump, carrying a lot of weight around for a young fella.
He's still 18, and not many 18-year-olds look like that.
No. He's ready to go, isn't he? Those legs are huge.
Just flicked it to Lynch, the link man. How good is he? And the kick is a beauty to that man again. Fogarty, the teenager, to have another shot. He's got the journey, as we just saw.
So many young players that come into the game these days have this knack and this craft of finding pockets of space in the forward 50. We've seen Paddy Dow at Carlton has shown times where he's been able to do it. Jaden Stevenson at Collingwood has done it for a couple of weeks in a row now. Their nous and understanding of opponents' space awareness gives them opportunities where you probably shouldn't get one. Going for his second in the first quarter.
And we could be seeing this guy in Friday night footy. In round one, he's bending it back again. He's got two, Darcy Fogarty. A star, potentially this season, it appears. 18 years of age, and he's got two of the first three for the Crows.
I'd love to see Mark Rashudo's face at the selection table if Fogarty comes home with a 6 or so today and Tex does get fit.
Well, they just put him to half-back. They'll find him a spot.
Just the fifth Crow to wear the number 32. Dangerfield had it for a long time as well. And, of course, Mark Rashudo down on the boundary line for us. A legend of the club. And Fogarty making a really strong start. Amon couldn't get rid of it. Here they go again through McKay. Here he is once more. He's finding space at will, Darcy Fogarty.
There's Tommy Jonas on him, is it? Who's no slouch. Just playing in front, reading the ball. Having said that, they're kicking the ball pretty flat into their forward line, aren't they?
Well, Port Adelaide aren't a traditional drop-off zoning defence. They like to guard space at a time, but if their man is within kicking range, they're very tight one-on-one.
He's got two on the board, and this is the easiest.
Well, they might have to change up very quickly.
The first two beautiful kicks from beyond 50. Now he's inside. Darcy Fogarty, and he hooked one. He's been starting it outside the right post the previous two times.
Got close to the man on the mark there.
Now Lynch quickly on the boot. Just dropping a little. Fogarty read it best. On the scoreboard, though, Adelaide were dominant early, but Port have worked their way back into it. Fogarty again. Darcy Fogarty's been outstanding, and it's the Crows by 7 points.
Decision there, because if you think you aren't going to make it, you often look early, or you take the percentage to the top of the goal square. Tried to bite off a little bit more than he could chew there.
Almost missed his foot.
On the opposite, there's an opportunity there to give a handball into your vision, someone right in front of you.
Not sure about that option from Fogarty. He tried to make up for it with the tackle.
He's got a bit more solid to the torso. Yeah. Yes, big Joey.
Yeah, we're seeing some teenagers out there impressing. Now Fogarty opens up some space for himself, does the disciplined thing, tries to find Greenwood, but Ebert might have let one go there. Fogarty says, let's hold things up. Should have got a major out of that.
That's the difference between the two teams at the moment.
Beautiful little flick created this. Jenkins able to find Fogarty, but it was the little flick down to Jenkins that opened things up.
But the
and it was McGovern.
Ellis Yeoman possession then. Port Adelaide had first grab on the footy around the stoppage, yet they were pressured out of it. One touch grab. Ellis Yeoman feeds it out the back and the ball moves the other way. That's the difference between the two teams, albeit we're only talking a couple of goals, but that's the separation.
He played well in the intra-club last week, threw himself about Fogarty. Scott Camporale said he's got a bit of old-school mongrel about him, Darcy Fogarty. Yes. He's got 3 goals, straight as an arrow from the kid.
I'd love to see 6 out of him and then Roo go into bat for him at selection for round 1.
The way I read Roo's first comments in the first quarter...
He's in anyway.
Well, I was going to go the other way. We can't find a spot for him, unfortunately. We've got so much depth. But if he keeps doing this, Derm, he deserves everything. It's a clear mindset that he wants to take somebody. I know we're having a chuckle.
Oh, up he goes, Fogarty. That would have just about sealed it for round 1 selection. Break, and Darcy Fogarty making a real name for himself this afternoon. He's got 3 majors to his credit. Stay with us. To invent a kick off the ground. Look at that pickup from Paddy Ryder getting down low, but he coughed it up to Fogarty. Striding his way through. Fogarty 1 out.
Only a small room for error. It wasn't lobbed on his head. It was that in-between kick, which allows Charlie Dixon.
Just see the kid, Fogarty. He's taking him on. Good lad.
2 on the board, and they've got the lead here. A dominant third quarter performance. Fogarty's been sent backwards to get the ball, and he found it. Sam Gray and still had time to take the mark.
He's become the ultimate small defender. We spoke about him in the first half.
Low enough. Dixon. Not sure what he saw there, and Fogarty going back has been handy for the Crows. That's 3 touches late in this third term. Same time slot in exactly a fortnight on the first Saturday of the season at Adelaide Oval to Port Adelaide. Fogarty at ground level.
Teams have.
Greenwood hacks it out of there. Fogarty got down to it, couldn't claim it first time. Difficult ball to gather.
He'll fight again here, this kid. He wants it. Look at him.